Hello, I am live. I am reading Lord of the Horizon. I'm coming to the end of this lovely book. It's a far memory of Joan Marshall Grant, as she passed away in 1989. And this is her life as Ra-Ab. This place in ancient Egypt. And here, this last chapter is chapter number 11 of part 4, and it is entitled Land of Free People, and I'm continuing where I stopped yesterday, where he said, I knew it was much more important than my reading of the laws, for now, at last, I could read the great law of true affection. Often we would go down to the beach after sunset, there to lie in the warm sand, while the small waves rippled like harp strings half heard in the distance, and we enjoyed the good bread of conversation. We had been watching a fight of seabirds crossing the path of the moon, when Amenemhet said, I had forgotten that even the far-sighted would become blind if they refused to live by the light of affection, even as the world would die were it forsaken by sun and moon. All light, whether it kindles torches on the wind or points a lamp in some close-shuttered room, belongs to Ptah. When a man tries to use his possessions to separate himself from his fellows, he is a prisoner, a starveling who dare not share in the fruits of the earth. I thought that Pharaoh was right to remain aloof. Was he not by tradition a link with the gods? I had forgotten that the gods themselves keep open all their links. They can speak in the voice of a brother, to a rook, to a blade of grass, to a water rat. Yet Pharaoh, who was only a man, thought himself nearer the gods, because he would not say brother even to his own people. In terrible isolation my soul began to wither. It became small and hard and brilliant, as are the souls of tyrants. I, who had sworn to bring peace to Egypt, might have been recorded on the steles as the oppressor, the narrow-hearted. Down the empty centuries I should have heard the echoes of wisps raised in my name, and my weary feet treading alone the avenue of the years would have kept to the rhythm of muttering crowds who were hungry and afraid. I saw that he was deeply moved. I was trying to think of a way to change the sorrowful trend of his thoughts, when the need for this was taken from me by Rodan. You could never have become a tyrant, even if you had longed to do so, even if you had held 100 times more power than any man yet born. Of course I could have been a tyrant. Amenemhet's voice held the indignation of a boy. He heard this too and began to laugh at himself, laughter in which we joined. Couldn't I have become a tyrant, Rodan? How I wish I had known that. It was a terror which never left my side for 20 desolate years. You might have become a small tyrant, said Rodan consolingly. Perhaps as the overseer of a minor town in the least successful of our gnomes. No, I doubt if you would have been able to do so even there. But had you wished to go among the Babylonians, I have no doubt that you would have been able to rule them, to their extreme discomfort, within a short time of your arrival in their chief city. You mean that had I remained in Egypt, you or Ra-Ab would have removed me? Dear. Yet you might have become a small tyrant, said Rodan consolingly, perhaps as the overseer of a minor town in the least successful of our gnomes. No, I doubt if you would have been able to do so even there. But had you wished to go along among the Babylonians, I have no doubt that you would have been able to rule them, to their extreme discomfort, within a short time of your arrival in their chief city. You mean that had I remained in Egypt, you or Ra-Ab would have removed me? Perhaps in a manner not unfamiliar to a certain Babylonian? No, it would have never have been necessary. And had you only realized that, it would have saved you much needless anxiety. But I see I must explain myself more fully if my meaning is to become clear. And in that discourse, perhaps more than in any other, Royden gave the secret of the watchers who in peace led men to the horizon. For several years before you were in any danger of well, I don't know how much was muted, and I best check this. I'm at the very end of the book, but I want to do it well.